Suppose I tell, okay, everybody is respecting Obama, or so I want to dress like him, I also want to talk like him, so that everyone respect me. One or two people may respect, but others will not. So I will always be frustrated. My effort will always be in vain. So innate desire, when we are talking of desire, always we are talking of innate desires. Okay. Now, what is a desire? What do you mean by desire? We want to fulfill the desire. How desire will fulfill? Not by actions, by knowledge. Then what is the meaning of a desire? What desire has to do with knowledge? Do you find any connection between desire and knowledge? What is desire? In Sanskrit we call it kama. Kama is the desire. And try to understand. If you understand what is the meaning of desire, all of us will go from here with enlightenment. Because we are trying to just remove the desire. We have got ignorance, spiritual ignorance. I am not talking about ignorance in physics, chemistry, that one can, by reading book or by paying some money, one can fulfill that one. But we are talking about the spiritual ignorance. Spiritual ignorance means I do not know who I am. That is called spiritual ignorance. All of us have that, educated, uneducated, rich or poor. All of us are suffering from this ignorance, spiritual ignorance. Who I am, I do not know till now. I consider myself as a boy or girl. I consider myself as a man, or an adult or a young person. I consider myself rich or poor, black or white. This is the way I try to identify myself. But that is not the true identification. Who I am, I do not know. This is called ignorance. Who I am, I do not know. Actually, when I do not know truly who I am, then I develop, it doesn't stop there. Then I develop a wrong understanding regarding myself. When I do not know who I am, I develop a wrong understanding regarding myself. Okay? Do you understand what we are talking about? Ignorance creates misunderstanding or wrong understanding. And what is the wrong understanding? That I am the body. Or happiness is in the external object. Happiness is in the external world. This is the misunderstanding or wrong understanding we develop. This wrong understanding is based on what? You tell me now. Spiritual ignorance. Ignorance creates this wrong understanding. This wrong understanding regarding ourselves is called desire. Okay? Now when I have a wrong understanding that happiness is the content of the world, then always I'll go into the world to get happiness, because that's the wrong understanding I have now. And sense gratification is happiness. That is the wrong understanding. This wrong understanding is called desire. What desire tells us? That happiness is there in the external world. This is the external world. OET, objects, emotions and thoughts. Happiness is there in the world. That is the wrong understanding. That is called desire. Or sense gratification is equal to happiness. This is the wrong understanding. Desire. Now when desire is there, then always one will try to maintain the wrong relationship with objects. Ignorance creates wrong understanding at the intellectual level, which is called desire. Desire will make us to maintain a wrong relationship with objects. And what this wrong relationship is called? No, desire creates wrong relationship. It is called attachment. It is called, this wrong relationship is called attachment. Attachment is based upon what? What is the cause for attachment? Desire. What is the cause for desire? Ignorance, spiritual ignorance. When there is attachment, always will try to get that object. Because we have maintained a wrong relationship, now I want to get that object by doing actions. And those actions are called wrong actions. Or, in technical term, we call it karma or selfish action. Ignorance created desire, that means wrong understanding. Desire created wrong relationship. That is called attachment, and whenever there is attachment, one is bound to do wrong actions. Wrong actions means selfish actions. It is called S-E-L-L, then fish. It will stink. That person will not smell good at all. A person who is a selfish person will never smell good. Stinky person, that person will. Always one has to use something. So the selfishness, selfish actions, they don't allow a person to discover or to recognize the true identity. So always one will remain ignorant all the time, and one will always feel limited. Our true nature is infinite, but we will not feel that unless this ignorance is removed. So how will we go back? How will we discover our true nature? Again, trace back. First, action should be, instead of selfish, it should be selfless. Then instead of attachment, we should have detachment means a right relationship. Detachment means running away. A right relationship. Instead of wrong relationship, we should maintain right relationship. Then that is called detachment. And once that detachment is there, what will go away? Wrong relationship goes away. We maintain right relationship, wrong relationship. That means desire is, attachment is gone. What is the cause for attachment? Desire. What is the meaning of desire?
Wrong understanding.
That wrong understanding will also go away. Whenever we maintain right relationship, always we will understand that person correctly. Desire is gone. Once desire is gone, automatically the ignorance will also go away. So how will it start? It starts at the action level. That's why the first portion of this Upadesha Sara is regarding action. Action in Sanskrit is called karma, but what we are discussing is karma yoga. Karma yoga. Now try to understand, karma, there is not much difference between karma and karma yoga, but there is subtle difference. Karma is always done by this ego. Do you know what is the meaning of ego? What does it do? So first tell me, what is made of? The ego, this PFT, perceiver, feeler, thinker put together is called the ego or the jiva. How it is created? What is made of? It is made of bone and flesh. So what is made of? Are you aware of the ego? Do you know somebody called ego? Something called ego? Do you know that? I tell yes or no? But what is made of? You have to tell this one. Is it made of stones? Iron? But how she has got this big ego? Because I can see her ego so clearly. Then what is made of? It is made of thoughts. It is made of, ego is made of thoughts, but very subtle thoughts, nobody can recognize. Like thoughts we recognize, but its ego is also made of thoughts, but very subtle thoughts. But even thoughts are also of various kinds. But those thoughts which are based upon positiveness, those thoughts are called ego. What is this one? Pointer. My pointer. Somebody become the owner of this pointer. Ego is created. Ego is created whenever there is ownership, otherwise there is no ego. If every day in the morning when you get up, what we tell? My child, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my home, my land, my honor, my respect, my body, my bank balance, always in my, or me, like that we are telling, me or mine. See, the more we think of my, ego is getting strengthened.